Today, I want to talk to you about hiring employees, keeping the good ones, and getting rid of the ones that don't fit. Good morning and welcome to episode number 30 of In the Car with Clint. Who would have thought that I would have made it through 30 episodes without getting distracted by something shiny, but here we are. So today, I want to talk about employing human beings, people to come and work in your business. It's something that we are trying to do at the moment. I've got 3 to 4 positions available depending on the right candidates, and I have been hiring staff for 15 years through my business and working for other businesses, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about my findings and how I'm feeling about employment at the moment. Now obviously I recently spoke about people jumping ship for dollars and the amount of movement that's happening in the market. This is a slightly different side of it, and this is from an employer side trying to look for employees. Now, at the moment, a lot of people I know are trying to hire new employees for their business because there is a lot going on, and South Australia has quite a buoyant industry. The landscape and the building industry has so much money in it that everyone's looking for employees. So there's a few things I want to talk about. One, finding new employees. Now, I've spoken about this before, and I'm not a massive fan of employment agencies. I've spoken to directors of companies that have hundreds of staff that are massive fans of employment agencies. I think it's going to come down to the quality of the agency and the quality of the individual that works at the agency. But I do feel like there's a lot of fluff and bullshit for a lot of money. I kind of feel the same about real estate agents. And there isn't that much work that's being done for the amount of money that they're charging. And I think that there's probably some heavy disruption due there. But I acknowledge that when you're trying to find a new employee, the main problem is a marketing problem. So for us, all of the people that I want to work for WaterPro and Railways and Lawn Hub generally have jobs already. We're not looking for people that are struggling to find work and that have been kind of out of employment for a long time. We're looking for people that are truly talented and that want to be part of a culture, and therefore they usually are, and they need some kind of encouragement to leave. So there's an argument there that the employment agency shortcuts that journey. I'm just not willing to pay $12,000 or $15,000 for them to do so. I'd rather run Facebook ads or whatever I choose to do. Now, my focus on the marketing side of it comes down to the branding and talking about our story all the time. So we're continuously sharing information about what it's like to work for the company, what we're doing as a company, the staff events that we do, so that at that point where you're looking to hire an employee, that's not when you start advertising the job. You're advertising the job but like the year or the 2 years before that you need the employee, because you're always talking about what it's like to work there, and you're creating this kind of vibe in the market when people go, hang on, this is somewhere I really want to work, this sounds really good. And so I now get messages from people saying, hey, when you need this position, give me a call. I'm not unhappy, but I'd love to come and work for you. And that's a pretty powerful position to be in, and it makes it a lot easier to hire people. Now, once you get to that point and the marketing side of the employment is done, and then you're at the interviewing time, ultimately, until you have someone start working for you, you do not know if it's going to work, because anyone can get through a 30-minute interview. Anyone is going to give you the 3 references from people. No one's going to give you a reference from a bad referee. It just doesn't happen. Plus, I don't even think it's legal to give a bad reference. So you probably get sued for slander or some bullshit. But you need those people to start in your business before you really know whether or not that person is going to be good for your company and whether or not they're going to stay. So the best thing you can do is hire fast and fire fast. Now, what I mean by that is you kind of have to get people in the doors as soon as you can, find out what they're like, and then decide whether or not you're going to keep them. Now, it's really important during this process that you communicate really clearly around your expectations of the employee, and then you communicate what you're going to do in return. We're actually working on like an A4 document at the moment, like the kind of like just the 20 or 30 things that I really care about, and the 20 or 30 things that we're going to do for you. So there's a clear understanding as an employee what the company's going to do for you, and as an employee what we expect you to do for the company. Things like getting to work on time, answering the phone in 3 rings, not making a coffee and going and having a toilet break a minute after you start. Things that will make you, I guess, meet the standard that I believe that you need to become a good part of the team. And that's not about me, that's about supporting your team. So communicate clearly with the people that you've just onboarded as early as possible, and keep communicating with them politely. So clear and honest communication politely from the start. And what you'll find is that if you get to a point where the person's not suitable for the business, they are not surprised. Like, we have people, we sit them down, we're like, hey, it's not working, and they're like, yeah, I kind of had a sense that was coming. I haven't really been, putting in my fullest. I was like, okay, cool. Well, at least there wasn't any confusion. So at the point when you're having that conversation, you're not blindsiding a new employee and just like, all right, 3 month probation's over, see ya. And then it's like, holy shit, like, I thought everything was good. So that's it. Make sure that you are marketing your business for employees and customers all the time, because everyone is watching. 2, hire people as quick as you can. Do the best you can through your onboarding process. So ask good questions, do the reference checks, but ultimately, when they've come on board, communicate with them really clearly around your expectations of them, and then what you're going to do in return. And then make sure you use your probation wisely. If they're not going to last, get rid of them, because ultimately, if you keep someone that's not meant to be there, it's going to cost you more than just their wage. Thanks for tuning into episode number 30. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that like button. If you've got any questions or comments, stick them in the comment section below. I have no idea if this is helping any of you, and it could just be me rambling, which is also good for me because it's kind of therapeutic. Anyway, take care, be kind to each other, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.